Meat is one of the priority commodities for promotion and development under the agro-industrialization program. In 2021, production of beef, for example, increased by 1% from 228,243 metric tons to 230,746 metric tons in 2022. Currently, the major focus of the breeding program is to improve the quality of production and quality of genetics for farmers to access. This is being spearheaded by the National Animal Genetics Resource Center and Database and its affiliate government stock farms around the country. Not to be forgotten is the indigenous local longhorn Ankole. One of the government stock farms at the heart of this program is in Shara Ranch, located in Kiruhura district.
You know very well that the Ankole cattle has several advantages over other breeds. And one of them, of course, the Ankole cattle have the best meat or beef, I would call it, with low cholesterol levels, which are healthy for human consumption. Their milk content, of course, has a high buttermilk content, high butterfat content.
Since the launch of the agro-industrialization program, lots of progress has been made in the introduction of various modern quality production processes for beef animals. They include pasture development so that animals can be fed on nutritious feed for faster gain of weight. Isimba Dairy Farm in Hoima is one of the numerous farms that have ventured into feedlots.
This is Isimba Dairy Farm, where we do feedlotting. Feedlot is a way of feeding bulls using highly concentrated feeds to help them gain weight. When you bring in an animal from the market, it has to stay here for a period of 3 months as it goes through the fattening period. Then we slaughter it and take the meat to our market.
The farm also has introduced a breeding program where a Boran bull is used to cross with local animals in order to produce bulls for fattening when they attain 2 years.
Is with that bull. So we get good female calves, we get bull calves that we will grow. When they reach a period of 2 years, we make them join the finishing pen. So this is a way of supplementing what we buy from the market.
Isimba Farm bulls are slaughtered and supplied to hotels in Hoima as well as the growing expatriate community in the city working in the oil sector. In the case of cattle, an important aspect of production that preoccupies government is the control of ticks and diseases like foot and mouth disease. In this case, a locally developed anti-tick vaccine is very promising following field trials at 5 sites of Nabwin in Karamoja, Maruzi in Apach, Mbarara Zadi, Kiburara Prisons Farm and Isimba Prisons Farm in Masindi.
This vaccine will help us to ease cattle farming for the farmer. The farmer currently sprays twice in a week. But once we deploy the vaccine, after it has been approved by the regulatory authorities and government, we shall drastically reduce the number of acaricide applications.
For pork meat production, the capita consumption ratio is about 3.5 kilograms per year, placing Uganda as the top producer and consumer in Africa. One of the government farms where pigs for pork production are being bred is Kasolwe Government Stock Farm in Kamuli district. These breeds also take less time, just 6 months, to attain the market weight of at least 100 kilograms and to be ready for slaughter.
Currently, with their 100 breeds, when they are mated, we expect averagely 10 piglets per sow. So if we give birth, if we have, let me say, 10 piglets per sow, that means for 100 sows, we shall be having 1,000 piglets in a single farrow. And since pigs are farrow twice in a year, that means we shall be having 2,000 piglets in a year.
One of the private breeders who have been persuaded to go into business of breeding and supplying piglets is Onen Chan Masilino in Lachor Parish in Lamogi Sub-County in Amuru District.
All these piglets, we need them to grow, then they start producing again, then on that one we start supplying to the farmers.
For poultry meat production, the fast-growing and high-breeding Croiler chicken is being promoted across the country. The government stock farmers have been equipped with hatcheries for this.
Broiler has attributes, and some of the attributes they have, they grow very fast. They put on weight, implying that they have good comfortability of feeds into meat, not only meat, even to eggs. So in a year, we expect average of 200 eggs per bird.
Kasolwe Government Farm has recently commissioned modern hatchery and incubator built specifically to produce chicks for distribution in eastern Uganda. The hatchery has a capacity to produce a minimum of 18,000 eggs per week. With continuous production of eggs from the hatchery, it can produce not less than 50,000 chicks for distribution to farmers per month. Charlotte's Poultry Farm in Kawuku in Entebbe is one of the numerous chicken farms registered in the country today. With 7,000 birds producing 250 trays of eggs per day, these farms are responsible for supplying the egg needs for the growing bakery sector and also the famous and ubiquitous Rolex stands that provide meals and nourishment to hundreds of thousands of customers each day.
Our birds are 35 weeks old, and our production is at 90%. So a day we pick like 212 trays of eggs, and the birds in number are 7,008.
The quality of poultry meat, pork and beef require the appropriate quality feed. Consequently, government has invested in a modern feed mill at Kasolwe to produce suitable quality and certified feed for farmers. Indeed, a lot has been done and is being done to modernize the meat sector in the country by providing good quality breeds and modern and cost-effective meat production system. Research institutes like the Uganda Industrial Research Institute in Kampala are also at the forefront of various value chains in post-harvest meat handling and have trained young people with the skills and knowledge. Government has also invested billions of shillings to provide modern abattoirs like one in Hoima district to produce and handle meat to high standards. However, challenges of disease still abound and which have slowed down the access of Uganda meat into foreign markets. Foot and mouth disease for cattle as well as swine fever for pigs are a major challenge. For instance, large sections of the country are currently under quarantine due to an outbreak of foot and mouth disease. Fortunately, the National Livestock Resources Research Institute, NALIRI, has developed acaricides and tick vaccines to address some of the cattle disease challenges that Uganda continues to grapple with. With a huge population of pigs, poultry and cattle totaling over 10 million, Uganda's meat production can only look up and not down if the issues of disease and putting in place quality production systems are finally sorted out. Perhaps then Uganda shall become a major exporter in her own right.